This week on the Midwest premier high school sports show.
The best games from across the network. State finals across the board in Ohio, boys basketball to the max from Indiana, and in Michigan, hoops, hockey, and wrestling.
If you love high school sports like we do, grab a snack and sit back. State Champs is next.
Everyone, I'm Sarah Davis. Thank you for tuning in to the best games of the past week in the State Champs coverage area. That's currently Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, but over the next few years, we will double that to include most of the Great Lakes region and more.
That's right, we're blowing up. And with that, welcome to State Champs High School Sports Show. I'm Lauren Plant. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University. Graduates from LTU make some of the highest salaries in the entire Midwest right out of college. Forbes, the Princeton Review, the U.S. News have proven that year after year. And to you student athletes out there, over 24 varsity NAIA sports offered at Lawrence Tech. Academic and athletic scholarships are available for the fall of 2021 right now. Recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com or visit the main site, ltu.edu.
Since State Champs is the name, championship coverage is where we will begin. To Ohio we go.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we go to the Ice House at Nationwide Arena in Columbus for the Division I Boys Ice Hockey State Championship. Number 1 versus number 2. The Eagles from Lakewood, St. Edward, in that number 1 spot in the coaches' poll, 26-3-1 on the season. Eagles last made the finals back in 2015. Very similar record for Toledo St. Francis de Sales at 26-2-1. The last time the Knights made it to the finals, they lost in double overtime to Cleveland St. Ignatius in 2018. These two teams met twice during the regular season. First one ending in a tie, later on, the W going to St. Edward. The stakes are high this time around, title on the line. And those Knights from St. Francis struck gold in the first stanza. Senior forward Nick Mack skating this one into the zone, gets past the defender and slips the cross crease pass to Devin Homier, and the senior buries it. St. Francis taking the early lead 1-0. St. Francis still on the attack in the first. Riley Box pickpockets the defender and rips it. Big juicy rebound for John Jaros, but Evan Reitman gets a toe on the puck, deflecting it from the open net, keeping this one a 1-0 game. To the second period, score remains the same. Noel Schultz on the breakaway, and he gets a little stick checked on the shot by Noah Egan, and Jackson Smalley secures the puck. St. Edward still looking to light up the lamp. And in the third, the Eagles would finally tie this game up on the man advantage. Ryan Dunn's shot does not get through, but standing in the right place is Jack Mansour, who puts the biscuit in the basket. Tie game now at 1 apiece. Just over 2 minutes to go in the game. St. Francis now on the power play. This goal is going to come from the point. Luke Carr with the rocket shot that hits the crossbar down and straddled the goal line for a second, and finally the ref signals for the goal. And that would be enough to hold off Lakewood St. Edward, as Toledo St. Francis de Sales is your 2021 Division I Boys Ice Hockey Champions. Your final score, 2-1. This is St. Francis' first title since they beat St. Edward back in 2015.
I'm Lauren Plant, and we wrap up our girls basketball coverage from the 2021 season with the Division I Girls State Finals. The Cincinnati Mount Notre Dame Cougars, 28-0 on the year, riding a 71-game winning streak, taking on the 26-1 and 12th ranked nationally Newark Wildcats, playing in their first ever title tilt. Max Preps ranks Mount Notre Dame third in the nation, already one of the most storied franchises in Ohio history with 7 state titles to their credit. Patient on the perimeter in the early going, KK Bransford finds Abby Walterman with some space at the elbow, game's first point. Cougars then showing off some transition offense. Walterman the rebound, Pass to Bransford with the nice outlet pass to the University of Michigan Mound, Layla Felia, the bunny. Wildcats looking to grab back momentum, and they would. Maddie Vasicki sitting at the top of the key. She lets it fly and gets the God bounce into the strings. Still in the first, Newark creating second chance opportunities. Emma Shoemate's hook shot too strong. Sincere Royster with the board. Gwen Stair gets a good look and hits. Newark had a 14-9 lead after one. Triples were raining into the cup with regularity in the second quarter. Everybody dancing at the party. Cassidy Staten dialing it up from long distance. On the other side, it was Stair's turn from behind the long line. She had three balls before it was all said and done. But it takes two to tango. Felia and the Cougars close it out from the deep corner. She had 11. MND took a 21-20 lead into intermission. In the second half, incredible play from KK Bransford. Third-ranked guard in the country, the step-back sniper. She is undeclared, but her top 12 includes some of the top college programs in the nation. Newark's Emma Shoemate committed to play ball at West Virginia next year. She decided to host a block party. 13 total in the contest. Here, 2 in one possession. Staten, 9 points off the bench. All long balls. This one from a neighboring zip code. It was money time. Both teams exchanging blows. Shoemate from beyond the arc. 10 of her 12 points came in crunch time. But how about Staten off the bench? Cool as the other side of the pillow. We had 10 lead changes in the game, tied with 6 seconds left. Gwen Stair the steal, the pass to Maddie Stotsberry for the game winner, but time expires before the bucket. We were headed to overtime, tied at 43. First time the Cougars forced to an extra session since November 2019. Evenly matched in the first OT, both teams with 6 points as we went to a second overtime. A seesaw affair. Bransford with the dribble drive and the hook shot hits Pater. Shoemate on the following possession works her way into the paint. The reverse runner tickles the twine. Now Bransford scored all of MND's points in the second OT. Overall, 10 assists, 8 boards, game high 21 points, stops and pops, forcing Newark to call a timeout. Cougars +2, 7 seconds left. Felia's free throw misses the mark. Stair brings it up court with time winding down, draws the defense, kick to Vasicki for the win. No! Mount Notre Dame holds on to take an instant classic in double overtime. 57-55 the final. 8th state title in school history. Cougars now claim the most Ohio girls basketball championships in state history. I'm Lauren Plant, and we continue our coverage from Dayton in Division III, where the 15-3 Cleveland Heights Lutheran East Falcons came in with 4 Final Four appearances in the last 4 years, looking for their first title since 2017. Matched up with 28-1 Worthington Christian. 21 Pilots lead singer Tyler Joseph was on the team last time the Warriors played for State Hardware. We get going with 5 minutes left in the first. Falcons came in following a 6-point semifinals win over Ottawa Glandorf in the semis. Colin Albert stops and pops from the charity stripe for the bucket. Now the Warriors haven't lost a game in 2 months, got off to a slow shooting start, but with 4 seconds left in the quarter, the junior point guard DJ Moore stepped up. The Central District Player of the Year finds some separation, nails the triple try from NBA range as the buzzer sounds. The recent Liberty University commit had a game-high 28 points, but Lutheran East held a 5-point lead after one. Worthington came out quicker in the second. First possession, Tyler Kinberg gonna go it alone, finger roll on the run falls. The Falcons kept pace. Sir Hughes with the bounce pass inside to the Georgetown commit, Jalen Billingsley. Falcons led at the break 23-15. Jared Larry transferred down from Michigan this season to Lutheran East and had an immediate impact. Matched his season-high 16 points in the semifinals. Here, in the third, the step back and the long gun finds nothing but bottom. He's got a Cleveland State offer. Then a little razzle-dazzle for East. Collins kicks to Larry. The dribble drive, penetration, and the behind-the-back pass to Billingsley. He finishes with the two-hand flush. But the Warriors doing their best to keep it close. Great ball distribution here. Kinberg, the quick dish to Kobe Buford. Moore finds a cutting Izzy Hazelwood for the easy deuce. And in the fourth, getting transition buckets. Moore picks off the Falcons' bounce pass, outlets up to a streaking Kinberg with the one-handed jam. And with a little over 7 minutes to go, Warriors only down 39-32. But Lutheran East never trailed in this one. Albert finds Billingsley all alone under the basket for another dunk to open the lead back to 10. Double-double, 24 points and 12 boards for Billingsley. Final moments now, and Moore looking for a triple to make it a 2-point ball game. Short. Larry open on the other end, looking for one more, but the horn sounds. Lutheran East stamps their place as a new state power in Division III. The Falcons capture their third state title in school history and second in 5 years as they knock off Worthington Christian 61-56. Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University Athletics. If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports.
My name is Marisa Osink. I play the clarinet. I'm studying robotics engineering. So the robotics program here, it's mostly a mesh between the computer science courses, mechanical courses, and electrical engineering courses. And then in addition to that, there's a course sequence for robotics classes specifically. In each one of those, there's always a project that we have to do. It's very hands-on, and the class sizes for that are really small because there's not a lot of robotics majors. You get to know your classmates really well, you get to know the professors really well, and it's just been a really great experience, and I've learned a lot. Everyone always says that band is like a family, and because we're a smaller school, I feel like that's more true here. The marching band is the first place where I found friendly faces who were willing to talk to me about my class schedule, and everyone is just very welcoming, and it was a nice place to start on campus. It's a small campus, but it's still in the city. There's a lot of things around. There's never going to be a night once COVID's over that you don't have anything to do. And even still, there's a lot of things that are going on just online right now. And I talk to a whole bunch of people every day, and it's really a good community.
Take your future into your hands. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare. Plant, and we go to Warren De La Salle for a Catholic League Bishop Division League semifinal. COVID caution saw Orchard Lake and U of D Jesuit bow out, but we had a good battle between 6-2 Birmingham Brother Rice and our 12th ranked team in the state, the 8-2 Pilots. De La Salle beat up Rice by 17 back in their first meeting, and the Pilots got off to a hot start in this one. Moments after tip-off, Keithan Gilmore has it ripped away by Tristan Nichols. In transition, spots a slashing Nino Smith who hits the contested floater. Pilots continued to dial up the defense. Caleb Reese picks off the inbound pass, and it's Smith again on the receiving end who takes it to the tin. The sophomore guard Smith was en fuego in the early going. The crossover in the lane, kiss off the window. Smith had 13 and it was 20-12 Pilots after one. But this is a Brother Rice bunch that came in winners of 3 of their last 4. That included almost knocking off our number 1 team in the state, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, a few weeks back. The 6'5 sophomore Xavier Thomas going coast to coast, and the Iceman-like finger roll finds the twine. Later, it's another super sophomore for the Warriors. The 6'6 Curtis Williams Jr. from beyond the arc. He'll knock it down. He's already got offers from the likes of Maryland and Alabama. Rice continued that momentum. Williams with the alley-oop pass to the sophomore Jonathan Blackwell under the basket. He had 14. Warriors had a 29-28 lead at the break. And it was a seesaw affair the entire second half. The Pilots went back on top early in the third. Lyndon Holder on the dribble spots the sophomore Tristan Nichols in the deep corner. Splash down. He had 10 on the night. Then it was that De La Salle defense again paying dividends. Reese with the sweet swipe, taking it the other way. His shot too strong, but the sophomore Michael Sulaka there to take out the trash. Pilots held a 38-36 lead midway through the third, thanks in large part to Reese. From the top of the arch, string music. The junior guard had a 15-point effort. And like a good rivalry, neither team pulling their punches. Thomas forces the turnover, then will be rewarded with the rock in transition. Watch the big man work. Central Michigan has extended an offer for his services at the next level. He too had 15. But De La Salle remained determined. Alton Whitehead's layup won't fall, but heads-up play by the senior captain Holder, who picks off the Thomas pass, lines up for the triple, and buries it. Pilots led 44-41 after 3. Holder scored all of De La Salle points in the fourth quarter. He had multiple triple-digit scoring nights this season. Between the trees, he's going glass. He had a game-high 16 in this one. But Brother Rice knotted this one back up with 3:18 to go via the long ball. Another sophomore, Henry Garrity, popping the tray. Final moments now. Garrity's free throw gives Rice a 2-point advantage. De La Salle with a last-second heave for the win. Too strong. Brother Rice advances to the Catholic League Finals for the first time since 1999. They beat De La Salle on the road, 58-56 the final.
Well, it's our first time in the Catholic League Final. Our assistant coach, Leon McDonald, was a senior in 1999 as a player the last time we've been there. So, you know, not every Catholic League team's playing, but this is a really big deal to us. We wish we talk about getting to Callahan Hall for our program. That means we get to the Catholic League Final. That means we get to the quarterfinal. We want to make Callahan a habit. Unfortunately, this year it's not at Callahan, but we're still in the Catholic League Final, which is a really big deal for our program. So.
To the west side of the state for girls basketball. Non-conference matchup before the start of the playoffs next week. Allendale on the road to take on Grand Rapids Covenant Christian. This one went down to the wire. Allendale having a good season. 2 of their 3 losses at the hands of 14th ranked West Catholic, and they split with the good Hamilton squad. Grace Rosser draws the D. Cross-court pass to Anna Koning. The senior drains 1 of 2 triples in the opening quarter. Falcons led 12-8 after 1. Covenant Christian coming in at 8-4 on the year. Winners of 3 in a row. The junior Chloe Capteen. The turnaround is flush. Chargers trail by a deuce at 14-12. But the Falcons would close out the half on a 6-0 run. The senior Rosser, the deep 3. Allendale went into halftime with an 8-point advantage. Chargers cut into that deficit in the third quarter. The senior, Yori Holstej, from beyond the arc, she called it the 3-point deposit off the window. Back comes Allendale. Rosser with the ball. Good look down low to Jetta Vredeveld, who drops the bunny. Falcons went into the fourth, leading 26-23. To the late stages of the game, Covenant down 30-27. The entire Holstej clan contributing. Zoe, the beautiful bounce pass to Jody, and 1. Free throw no good, Chargers down a penny. The Falcons respond moments later. Hannah Schroeder gets it to Vredeveld, who hits the jumper. Allendale back up 3, 32-29. Final moment now. 0.7 seconds left. Covenant down a point. Long inbounds pass attempt. Schroeder there to break it up. Allendale hangs on to win 32-31 the final, finishing the regular season at 13-3.
We had a Division I Wrestling District Final at Lake Orion with Romeo and Oxford meeting for the championship. I'm Greg Molson with the highlights starting at 1:30. Josh McMillan gets the Bulldogs off to a strong start, winning a 13-4 major decision to give Romeo the first 4 points of the night. The Dogs would add to that advantage with the next match at 1:35 going into overtime scoreless when James Rivers gets the takedown for the sudden victory and another Romeo win. The Bulldogs would go on to win the first 6 matches. Tyler Pressel gets 3 points for a near fall on his way to another major decision at 1:52, winning 13-3 as Romeo jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Isaac Tabor finally gets the Wildcats on the board. He gets the reversal in the final seconds to beat Carson Cole 7-6. That was the first of 3 straight wins for the Cats. Jack Wandry takes another close one, getting the takedown for the deciding points in an 8-7 victory over Joseph Haller at 189. Joey Collin turns things around for the Bulldogs with another overtime win at 285. He gets the takedown for another 3 points for Romeo. And Jack Zender wraps it up with a final hard-fought win at 125, getting the deciding points in a 3-1 win over Grady Smith as the Dogs beat the Cats 33-12. Romeo avenges a loss to Oxford in last year's districts and wins its first district title in 10 years.
Oxford's no joke of a team, and getting that lead definitely was a morale booster that we needed.
Well, I was real proud of them, especially going against such a good team. I mean, Oxford's like always up there in the top 10 in the state, and they're always competitive, and a lot of those matches were close matches. So we were fortunate to get some of those, and we got a lot of respect for those guys, but I'm real proud of our guys too.
We go to a Division III hockey regional semifinal from Thursday afternoon. Riverview, Gabriel Richard playing its first game in 29 days as they went up against Grosse Ile, which is coming off a 4-overtime win over Wyandotte Roosevelt in Tuesday's playoff opener. The Pioneers looking to win their 4th straight regional crown. They would light the lamp just over a minute in. Vinny Sensoli keeps the puck in the offensive end, and the junior fires the wrister from the blue line to the back of the net. He gives Richard a 1-0 lead. And they would strike again just 4 minutes later. Nathan Schwein's shot is deflected by the sophomore Nick DeSanto to the top shelf. That puts the Pioneers up a pair. Still in the first, Grosse Ile on the power play now. Then Carter shoots it from the point. The senior Adam Karjanian is there to bang home the rebound. The Red Devils down just a goal. And GI wasn't done. 3 minutes later, off the face-off, it's the sophomore Nolan Carr knocking home another rebound. Just like that, they were knotted up at 2 apiece after the opening period. But the Pioneers would move back in front early in the second. Brody Kirkpatrick gets it to DeSanto. The puck just trickles in for his second goal of the game. Richard now up 3-2. Pioneers with a man advantage with 9 to play in the second. Robbie Childs tracks it down and goes 5-hole for his team-leading 8th goal of the campaign. Gabriel Richard heads into the final frame leading 4-2. Early stages of the third, Sebastian Potter picks it off. He then finishes the deal for his 6th goal of the year. Richard in command, up 5-2. But don't count Grosse Ile out just yet. Check out Carter with the wicked one-timer that goes top cheddar. The Red Devils down 5-3. Then, with just over 4 minutes to play, the Devils get another one. Sophomore Travis Simons gets his name on the score sheet. We now have a 1-goal game. Jump ahead, just 8 seconds to play in this one. Grosse Ile pulls the goalie to get the extra skater, but they couldn't get the puck on net. And Riverview, Gabriel Richard survives and advances. 5-4 is your final score.
It feels great. We haven't played a game in 29 days. So we were waiting for this, we were ready, and I feel like we showed up and sent a message.
It's a win and we celebrate. Everybody knows as far as high school hockey state playoffs, it's just survive. That's it, survive and move on, survive and move on. they dug deep, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them.
We had a Division II regional final from Saturday afternoon as Novi took on the Livonia Stevenson Spartans. These teams had a classic 3-overtime affair in last year's regional final, which Stevenson came out on top. The Spartans playing their first game in 17 days. They outshot Novi 10-8 in the opening period. Our Hockey Player of the Year candidate Nick Justice with the slapper, but he's denied by Novi netminder Austin Muirhead. We were scoreless after the first. Stevenson keeping the pressure on in the second. Jack Smith with the intercept. He feeds it to Brendan Hurd, but he's stopped not once, but twice by the junior Muirhead, and we still have zeros on the board. But the Wildcats would light the lamp just moments later. You can't score if you don't shoot, and the senior Austin Balcone throws it at the net. It deflects off a Stevenson skate and goes in. Novi takes a 1-0 lead. But the Spartans would go on the man advantage with just over 2 to go in the second. Junior Adam Hurd throws it from the point. It gets by Muirhead, and we were tied at 1 heading into the third. We go to the late stages. Novi with a great opportunity here. The puck goes off the board and onto the stick of Nate Erskine, but he is robbed by Stevenson goalie Aiden Maluski. It was still 1-1 as we head to overtime. And this year's regional final, we only needed one extra session as Balcone gets the puck and snaps in the game winner. Novi wins a thriller. 2-1 is the final for its first regional title in 6 years.
It feels insane. It's what we worked for all season. We obviously lost to a heartbreaker to them last year. We just did it for all the seniors. It was everybody who contributed, my whole line, everybody, the whole game.
It feels great. I mean, last year we had a tough loss to them in triple overtime. It feels great. It's a game of mistakes, and we made less mistakes than them, and we came through and got the win.
It's great. I'm so happy and proud of these guys. We've worked so hard since we've started in November, even during the summer, and the hard work and the hockey guys were with us today. I couldn't be more proud of the team right now.
They'll face Trenton in the Division II quarterfinal next week.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
I'm Andrew Garcia from the Hammond area. Gary Westside looks to make its first trip to state since 2002, while Carmel looks to return for the first time since 2019. Early going, Jalen Washington bodies his way in, spinning for the deuce. Westside draws first blood. Back comes Carmel. The inbounds underneath comes to Brian Waddell, tying things up early on. Later, Charlie Williams spins and fires. Count it, plus the foul. Greyhounds by 1 after a quarter. To the second, Perrion Roberson finishes on the pass from Israel Hines. Westside jumps back in front. Now Connor Goya gets in on the fun. Banking one home. That's not the last we'd see from him, though. The senior getting to the rack for the bucket. Carmel with a 3-point edge. Now Westside gets defensive. Carmel turns it over, and Krishan Christmas makes them pay. Christmas going the length of the floor, hanging and hitting the shot. Cougars hanging around, but Carmel answers before half. Waddell kicks to a wide-open Samuel Orm. Down the hatch it goes. Greyhounds lead 19-15 at halftime. Out of the break, Westside comes out swinging. Krishan Christmas comes up with the block shot for the basket. Westside still chasing 2. Carmel still tough underneath. Pete Suter gets some love from the rim on the tip-in. Hounds back in front, 28-26. To the fourth, Westside gets it going from long range. Kamari Peterson cans the triple. We have another tie at 31. Under 4 to play. Westside cleaning up on the glass. Christmas goes up strong, getting the board, bucket, and Band-Aid. Cougars up 34-33. Final minutes of the second half. Westside needs a turnover. Christmas picking pockets. The first try is a no-go. The second one goes. We are tied at 40 as we head into overtime.
in the extra period. Carmel looks to close out Westside. Suter gets the reverse lay-in to fall. Greyhounds with a 3-point edge. Under 2 to play. Orm makes a huge play. The sophomore buries the corner trifecta. Carmel now leads 46-42. Final seconds, Peterson refusing to let the Cougars go down, finishing through traffic, but in the end it's just not enough. Carmel pulls away to win 53-50. The Greyhounds are state-bound, where they will face Lawrence North in the 4A title game.
Kevin Trzynski, and we go to the Lloyd E. Scott Gymnasium in Seymour for the boys' 4A semi-state game between Bloomington South and Lawrence North. The South Panthers making it past regionals for the first time since they won the crown in 2011, and for the North Wildcats, it's been 15 years since they last saw semi-state action. Bloomington South started off on the right foot up 3-zip. Trevor Taylor will add 3 more to make it 6 for the Panthers as the senior, and Joey Bamba gives Lawrence North trouble in the early goings of the first from distance. 2 minutes left in the first. Wildcats desperately needing to hit the basket as only 4 points are up on the board. CJ Gunn with the quick dish to Caden Beatty, and the senior gets the much-needed triple. But the first stanza would go the Panthers' way, working this ball along the outside as it ends up in the corner, and in Bamba we trust. Joey Bamba with the downtown attack. The senior scoring 13 in the first. Bloomington South 19, Lawrence North 12. Momentum starting to tilt back in favor of the Wildcats. Lawrence North with the turnover, and Shamar Vance heads up play. Senior Donovan McCulley with the finish. Tie ball game at this point, but Bloomington South would lead at halftime 27-24. Coming back from break, lots of 3 balls being attempted this game, and the Lawrence North Wildcats have Caden Beatty wide open in the corner, and he drains the triple try, keeping the third a closely contested battle. LN took their first lead of the game, but quickly went back the other way. More from 3-point island. The Lawrence North Wildcats just cannot contain Joey Bamba. The senior smooth as butter. At the end of the third, Panthers up 3, 41-38. It all comes down to the action in the fourth. Beatty getting his 9th points on the ninth for Lawrence North as the senior ties this game up at 41-all. Lawrence North up 3 late in the fourth. The intensity of the game higher than it's ever been till this point. Trevor Taylor drives and gets the bucket to go, pulling within 1. Taylor led the Panthers with 22 points. Panthers down 2, and the missed free throw gives an opportunity to tie this game up, but Shamar Vance snags the board. Lawrence North holds off Bloomington South. 54-52 your final. Vance leading the Wildcats with 16. Ellen back to the final since that 3-year run with Greg Oden and Mike Conley Jr.
Another outstanding edition of State Champs is in the books, but what you saw is just the tip of the iceberg of the coverage we give high school sports in all 3 states. There is not a single high school sports entity in the entire country that has more social media content than what State Champs uploads every week. Follow, like, subscribe, and please share our content on State Champs Network, State Champs Michigan, State Champs Indiana, and State Champs Ohio, or see all of it at statechampsnetwork.com and by downloading the free State Champs Network app.
Spring sports are just around the corner, and we'll have fresh episodes taking you all the way through June. Great stuff up ahead. Don't miss a single episode. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another edition of State Champs High School Sports Show.
State Champs High School Sports Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.